how will we know if, when the broad market like the S&P and NASDAQ will stop going up and take a breather? Well, one insight comes from the VIX. So the VIX is the CBOE Volatility Index, and it moves opposite to the broad stock market. VIX is a fear gauge. So when VIX is falling, there's less fear in the market, so prices are generally rising on the S&P and the Dow and everything else. But when the VIX starts trending higher, that's when you need to be careful if you are in a long position, again, on the stock market. So there's a couple clues here that are telling me that we might be getting ready for a pause. Okay, not quite yet, and I'm going to show you exactly what to monitor. So I'm HEMA ready. I use price action, candlesticks like you see here, yes, on the VIX too. Market timing, that's the bottom axis that you may be ignoring otherwise, and momentum, my favorite indicator, the RSI power zones. So one thing that's very important in the past few days, right, we had this historic spike on the VIX on August 5th. Then on August 12th, it was debatable if it was going to pause and resume higher. It did not. It kept pushing lower, okay? So the stock market kept going higher. I mean, now it's at a area where it's pressing up against two things: a support defined by July 5th and July 12th lows. So when I say a support line on the VIX, that would be a resistance line on the broad market. And this entire range from July 23rd. It's very, very important. Based on the action here on Monday, August 19th, being an outside bar range. That's a type of candlestick. And if you want to know more about how I address candlesticks, like the doji back here, the current range that I'm monitoring, etc., I teach that in my Gann candlesticks trading system. Again, with this outside bar, there's indication that we might slide lower. However, there's a couple of things I'm noticing on the hourly chart that suggests that the amount of downside could be limited before the VIX pauses. Let me show you what I mean. So that dramatic fall we had after the August 5th spike on the intraday chart of the 60-minute, look, it is a beautiful, beautiful candlestick pattern, okay? We had a drive lower, that's a Gann directional movement, a recovery. Another drive lower that broke up into multiple segments, a recovery, and then another drive lower before a more significant correction. That makes all of this one big drive lower. Then we had another set of drives lower, again breaking up. They do so into 3 to 4 pieces. Then a brief recovery, and now we seem to be in the throes of a final drive that has perhaps, with the latest bounce here, created a fourth drive that we're in. So I have no idea if this is going to persist. Do not trade this information, right? I'm just showing you where the potential latest drive is marked. Now, what are these other annotations on here? Well, they are key levels on the 60-minute chart of the VIX to monitor. So here it goes. With where we are right now, right, on the daily chart, this all presented as an outside day range. So higher high, and then we made a lower low. Notice that the momentum is in a disconnect between the actual VIX bars. So this is a bull bear RSI face-off, if I ever saw one. It is a sign that if you are expecting the VIX to keep pushing lower, it's not going lower as quickly as it was before. That being said, it's not done. The VIX move lower is not done, and accordingly, the stock move higher is not done, unless and until the VIX starts actually basing and turning around. So there's a couple of areas where I would need to see that happen. The first is real close here at 1481. Okay, so that's a bar high based on the hour ending at 1:15 p.m. Eastern on August 19th. Then there is a area that's very important because it's a prior important daily level, this pink line, but more importantly is this 50% retracement at 1527. If that holds while the VIX bounces, then that would be a good sign from the stock market that the VIX might push down again. But if the VIX gets through 1481 and 1527, then we need to be careful if it gets back to this range of this past doji. And again, how I'm analyzing it and the types of numbers I'm putting on it, I teach in the Gann candlestick system. So let me move this little label here, and you can see 1580, 1594, and 1607 is the big mama. This is the one that's really shaping the current move lower on the VIX, and accordingly, the uptrends on the broad markets. All right. So that's all like the what if scenario if the VIX turns higher from current levels. What if it keeps going lower, right? What if it keeps pushing lower? Well, the next major sort of downside target on the VIX, which would be a broader stock market upside target, okay, is, and here's where I have to get the history to show you, back here at 1390, the low of this hourly candlestick. So that is a very important area, and we can even uncover some supports within it along the way. So this pink line I'm drawing may be another area for potential pause at 1435. So there you have it. No matter which direction the VIX trades, we have some levels to monitor. Let me clean up the extra ones so you can see them all clearly. So when I say clean up the extras, I'm removing things that have already been traded through or are no longer relevant. And there you have it. So keep this eye on the VIX. I'm telling you, if you watch it closely, it will give you many, many insights to what may happen. And again, that retracement I drawn, this is only valid while today's low stays intact. If today's low on the VIX gets taken out to the downside, then this 1527 needs to be recalibrated. All right. Again, if you found value in this video, please hit that like button. Better yet, comment down below, and of course subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. I'm Hema Reddy, and I'll catch you next time.